Imagine drinking a simple cup of tea made from the leaves of a tropical fruit tree. You brew it in the evening, let it steep, and sip it slowly before bed. It tastes slightly bitter, earthy, with a hint of sweetness. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. But inside your body, something remarkable begins to happen. This is Soursop tea. You might also know it as graviola tea or guanabana tea, depending on where you are in the world. In the Caribbean, Central America, and South America, people have been drinking this tea for generations. Their grandparents drank it. Their great-grandparents drank it. It has been passed down through families like a quiet tradition. And now, science is starting to pay attention. What actually happens when you drink soursop tea every day? What does it do to your cells, your blood, your organs, your brain? These are the questions we are going to answer today. Not with hype, not with exaggeration, but with a clear look at what the research actually shows. Before we go any further, a quick note. This video is for educational purposes. It is not medical advice and does not replace talking to your doctor. If you have health conditions or take medications, please consult a healthcare professional before adding soursop tea to your routine. Now, before we dive into the benefits, let us address something important. Because if you have searched for Soursop online, you have probably seen some wild claims. On one side, people say Soursop cures cancer. They say it is 10,000 times more powerful than chemotherapy. They call it a miracle that the pharmaceutical industry does not want you to know about. On the other side, people warn that Soursop is dangerous, that it damages your brain, that it causes symptoms similar to Parkinson's disease. So, which is it? Is soursop a miracle cure or a hidden danger? The truth is more interesting than either extreme. Here is what we know. Soursop contains special compounds called acetogenins. In laboratory studies, these compounds do affect cancer cells. They interfere with how cells produce energy. Cancer cells need enormous amounts of energy to grow and multiply. When acetogenins block that energy, production cancer cells struggle to survive. This is real. This has been observed in test tubes and in some animal studies. But here is the important part. Most of this research has been done in laboratories, not in humans. No Soursop product has been approved by the FDA or any major health authority as a cancer treatment. We simply do not have enough human studies yet. And what about the brain damage concerns? This is also based on real research. In the French West Indies, scientists found a connection between very high Soursop consumption and a condition similar to Parkinson's disease. The same acetogenins that affect cancer cells can also affect brain cells if consumed in large amounts over long periods. The key words here are large amounts and long periods. People in the Caribbean have been drinking soursop tea for generations without widespread brain problems. Why? Because they drink it in moderation. They do not megadose. They do not consume it constantly for years without breaks. So the answer is not miracle cure, and it is not dangerous poison. The answer is that soursop tea contains genuinely active compounds that have real effects on your body. Understanding those effects helps you use it wisely. And this is just the beginning of what soursop tea can do. Let us start with something happening at the smallest level of your body, your cells. Every single day, your body faces an invisible threat. Molecules called free radicals are constantly attacking your cells. They come from pollution in the air you breathe, from processed foods you eat, from stress, even from the normal process of breathing and converting food into energy. When free radicals attack a cell, they damage it. One damaged cell is not a problem. But millions of damaged cells day after day, year after year, lead to aging, inflammation, and disease. This is where antioxidants come in. Soursop leaves are rich in antioxidants, compounds like quercetin tannins and other plant chemicals that neutralize free radicals before they can cause harm. Think of it like this. Free radicals are looking to cause trouble. Antioxidants stop them in their tracks. Research has shown that soursop extract effectively protects cells from this kind of damage. One study found that soursop contained multiple plant compounds, all working together as antioxidants. They tested it in the laboratory and saw real protection happening at the cellular level. This protection is the foundation for everything else soursop does. When your cells are protected, your heart works better, your brain works better, your skin stays healthier. Every organ benefits. It is like giving your body an extra layer of defense against the wear and tear of daily life. But Soursop tea does something even more specific, something that affects hundreds of millions of people around the world. Let us talk about blood sugar. When you eat food, your body breaks it down into glucose, which is sugar. This glucose enters your bloodstream. Then a hormone called insulin helps move that glucose from your blood into your cells where it becomes energy. When this system works well, you feel energized and healthy. When it does not work well, glucose builds up in your blood. Over time, this leads to type 2 diabetes and all its complications. Soursop tea may help support this system. The compounds in soursop appear to help your body use insulin more effectively. They also slow down the enzymes that break down carbohydrates into sugar. This means sugar enters your bloodstream more gradually, instead of all at once. The research is promising. In one study, diabetic rats that received soursop extract for 28 days showed significantly lower blood glucose levels. Their long-term blood sugar markers improved. Their insulin signaling got better. The mice also showed improvements in how their liver processed fats, which is often disrupted in diabetes. These are not small changes. These are meaningful improvements in how the body handles sugar. But it is not just animal studies. In a human study, patients with type 2 diabetes used soursop leaf extract for 1 week. Their average blood sugar dropped from 432 milligrams per deciliter down to 267. That is a significant reduction. Now, soursop tea is not a replacement for diabetes medication. But for people concerned about blood sugar, this research suggests it may offer meaningful support as part of a healthy lifestyle. And there is another number that many people worry about every day. A number that appears every time you visit the doctor. Your blood pressure. High blood pressure happens when blood pushes too hard against the walls of your blood vessels. This puts strain on your heart, your brain, your kidneys. Over years, it leads to heart attacks, strokes, and kidney damage. Here is where soursop tea gets really interesting. Because we have human clinical trials showing real results. In 2019, researchers conducted a study with 143 people who had slightly elevated blood pressure. Half of them received soursop fruit juice daily. The other half did not. After 12 weeks, the group drinking soursop showed significantly lower blood pressure compared to the control group. Both the top number and the bottom number dropped. Another study found that people drinking soursop tea saw their systolic blood pressure drop from about 117 down to 106. Diastolic pressure dropped from about 76 to 70. How does this work? Soursop contains potassium, which helps your body flush out excess sodium. Too much sodium makes your body hold on to water, which raises blood pressure. Potassium helps restore balance. But there is more. The flavonoids in soursop help your blood vessels relax and widen. When blood vessels are wider, blood flows through more easily. Pressure drops. This is similar to how some blood pressure medications work. Natural compounds producing real measurable effects. What makes this particularly significant is that high blood pressure often has no symptoms. People walk around for years with elevated blood pressure, damaging their blood vessels without knowing it. Anything that can help bring those numbers down safely is worth paying attention to. The research on blood pressure is not just laboratory experiments. These are real people getting real results. That matters. Soursop tea also helps your body fight off invaders. Your immune system is like an army defending your body. It fights bacteria, viruses, and other threats that try to make you sick. To do this job well, your immune system needs the right nutrients and support. Soursop leaves contain vitamin C, which is essential for immune function. Vitamin C helps your body produce white blood cells, the soldiers of your immune system. It also helps those cells work more effectively. But soursop does something else that researchers find fascinating. The compounds in soursop can actually kill certain bacteria. Laboratory studies have shown that soursop extracts are effective against bacteria that cause gum disease and tooth decay. They also work against staph bacteria and E. coli, two common causes of infection. This antibacterial activity suggests that drinking soursop tea regularly might support your oral health and help your body resist infection. Your mouth is the gateway to your body. Keeping it healthy has effects that ripple throughout your entire system. Soursop tea is not a replacement for good hygiene or medical treatment when you are sick, but it may give your immune system extra support in its daily work of keeping you healthy. And still we have not reached the most interesting benefit, the one that people in the Caribbean have known about for generations, but rarely gets attention in health videos. In the Caribbean islands, there is a tradition passed down through families for longer than anyone can remember. When someone cannot sleep, when their mind races at night, when stress keeps them awake, they brew a cup of soursop leaf tea. In the Netherlands, Antilles, some people even place soursop leaves inside their pillowcases to help them sleep better. For a long time, scientists did not pay much attention to this traditional use. But now research is beginning to explain why it works. Soursop leaves contain compounds called alkaloids. These are natural chemicals that act on your nervous system. Specifically, they help calm your brain activity and promote relaxation. Your brain also uses something called tryptophan to make serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical that regulates your mood and helps you feel calm and happy. And serotonin is also what your brain converts into melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep cycle. Soursop contains tryptophan. So when you drink soursop tea, you are giving your brain the raw materials it needs to produce these calming sleep-promoting chemicals. Animal studies support this. Researchers found that animals given soursop extract showed reduced activity and increased sleep time. The effect was real and measurable. This explains something that traditional healers have known for centuries but could not explain with science. The soursop leaf was not just folklore. There are actual chemical compounds doing actual things inside your body. This is why so many people who drink soursop tea in the evening report feeling calmer. Their sleep improves. They wake up feeling more rested. The racing thoughts quiet down. The tension in their body releases. It is not imagination. It is not placebo. It is the compounds in soursop actually working on your nervous system. Perhaps this is the benefit you will notice first. A cup of soursop tea in the evening, a sense of calm washing over you, a deeper, more restful sleep. It is not magic. It is biology. Now that you understand what Soursop tea does inside your body, let us talk about how to use it properly. First, choosing your Soursop leaves. If you have access to a Soursop tree, you can use fresh leaves. Simply pick them, wash them thoroughly, and they are ready to use. Most people will buy dried soursop leaves. You can find them online or at health food stores. Look for organic products when possible. Soursop trees are often sprayed with pesticides, and those chemicals can end up in your tea if the leaves are not organic. You do not need expensive supplements or capsules. Simple dried leaves work perfectly well and cost much less. Second, what to combine with your soursop tea. Honey makes a wonderful addition. It improves the taste and adds its own antibacterial benefits. Lemon also works well. The vitamin C in lemon may help your body absorb the beneficial compounds more effectively. As for timing, if you want to take advantage of the sleep benefits, drink your tea in the evening. If you are more interested in the other benefits, drinking it after meals is a good choice. Third, how to prepare and how much to drink. The traditional method is simple. Take 10 to 15 dried leaves and add them to about 1 liter of boiling water. Reduce the heat and let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes until the water reduces by about half. Strain out the leaves and your tea is ready. Start with 1 cup per day. See how your body responds. You can increase to 2 cups if you tolerate it well. Here is something important. Do not drink soursop tea continuously for months without breaks. The compounds in soursop can accumulate in your body over time. It is wise to take periodic breaks. Drink it for a few weeks, then take a week off. This pattern of use mimics how traditional cultures have consumed it safely for generations. Now, who should avoid soursop tea entirely? Pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers should not drink it. There is not enough safety data, and some research suggests it might stimulate uterine contractions. People with Parkinson's disease or other neurological conditions should avoid it. The same compounds that affect cells could potentially worsen these conditions. If you have naturally low blood pressure, be cautious. Soursop can lower blood pressure further, which might cause dizziness or fainting. If you take medications for diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor before adding soursop tea. It might enhance the effects of your medications, potentially causing your blood sugar or blood pressure to drop too low. Remember, the concerns about brain effects are related to very high doses consumed continuously over long periods. Moderate consumption with regular breaks is how people have used soursop safely for generations. So after everything we have explored, is soursop tea worth trying? Soursop tea is not a miracle cure. It will not solve all your health problems. Anyone who tells you otherwise is exaggerating. But soursop tea does contain real compounds with real effects that have been studied by real scientists. It protects your cells from damage. It may help support healthy blood sugar levels. It has shown genuine results for blood pressure in human clinical trials. It supports your immune system and fights certain bacteria. And perhaps most noticeably, it can help calm your mind and improve your sleep. The key is using it wisely. Moderate amounts, regular breaks, quality leaves, respect for what it can and cannot do. A cup of tea from the leaves of a tropical tree. Simple, unassuming. But inside that cup is a collection of compounds working quietly for your health. Compounds that protect your cells. Compounds that support your blood sugar and blood pressure. Compounds that help you relax and sleep better. Generations of people have known this. Now science is beginning to understand why. Have you tried soursop tea before? If you are from the Caribbean or South America, or anywhere soursop grows naturally, I would love to hear how your family has used it. What traditions have been passed down? What effects have you noticed? Share your experience in the comments below. And if someone you know has been confused about Soursop, maybe they believe it cures everything, or maybe they think it is dangerous, share this video with them. Help them understand the real science. Subscribe to the channel to discover more about what happens inside your body when you eat different foods. Every week, we explore the fascinating biology behind the things you consume every day. And if soursop tea has caught your interest, there is another herbal tea with an even longer history of traditional use. The science behind it is equally fascinating. That video is coming soon. Until then, thank you for watching. And here is to your health.